You are listening to the Bearded Vets Podcast.
So code switching, let's talk about it. All right, so first, code switching is the act of changing your language, communication, style, behavior, or self-presentation depending on the social context or who you're interacting with. Now, it used to be linguists were mainly code switchers before, the last, say, 10 to 15 years, maybe a little bit longer. It was only used for linguists, people that had multiple languages and they could speak fluently and to multiple people at once. But culture has changed it drastically. And we'll say, modern code switching started off with the terms of, Gen Z, where social media, identity, language, and familiarity. With millennials, ages 30 to 45, workplace culture, DEI discussions, professional identity conversations is usually where code switching comes into play. For Gen X, which is mainly about the behavior or somewhat less likely to use the exact phrases. Casually, they might say reading the room, wearing different hats, professional mode, or knowing your audience. So they weren't using the word code switching, but they were using those terms more of a maturity or professional sense. And then boomers, they didn't even know what code switching was. It was just the normal day to day. So my question is code switching a real behavior or just a newer label for something older generations call maturity?
Okay, I'm going to go out on a limb and I will lead with an example. Growing up, I was always told you got to be 10 times better than the white person that's in that room. You got to do everything way better just to be average in their eye. In that pursuit, I had to, with education, when it came to the military, if it was something to say I was the best at it, whatever that was, whatever that plateau, for all of us, let's take the APFT, for example. I know it's changed to something else now. Man, I was always trying to score 300. I was always trying to max out. Going to all the Soldier of the Month boards, doing all the hard assignments when I became a non-commissioned officer. Whatever the other person didn't want to do, I was always in the lead doing it, just so I can be seen as equal. And that required me to maybe change my behavior, how I approach things. Now, they call it code switching. Back then, it probably been called, act like you've been somewhere. That's been said to me several times. Why you gotta act uncouth? Act like you got some sense. That's what the older generation would say.
So ask your question again, please, Dan.
So my question is code switching real behavior or just a newer label for something older generations call maturity?
So the answer is code switching is real. And it's a continuation of maturity from the older generation. It just evolved. It just changes face. Lean in.
You got to warm up. Be like he about to go out for round one.
Going back to your question, you asked about, is it a new label? I think it's a new label. When I was growing up and from the 70s, 80s, 90s, we would call it talk white. Parents would tell us, make sure that you stand up, don't get too loud. They would tell us that we had to be better. We had to dress a certain way and lower your voice a little bit around certain audience so you wouldn't be pushed out, picked on, or picked on in a sense when it came to white people. It was never around our own race. I don't even remember growing up with too many Hispanics that we had to have that kind of conversation. Your voice had to take the depth out of your voice, definitely when you talk to your parents. And when you went into these environments, there were white people there, we were told to speak with some type of intelligence. Do not be the dumbest one in the room. And at that present time, our parents were doing that out of, me personally thinking, fear. so that they didn't have to deal with what was happening in the 60s and years before that. And because of that, we indoctrinated a way of speaking to get jobs, to get advantage in our environment. And it was a form of survival when you were in the quote unquote white world. So I think the code switching itself is new for me to hear. And I guess the millennial way of saying talk white.
They also call that the Oreo.
I can agree with you on that too, because some of us, African American Black, took it to another way. We talk like this all the time, even around our own people, and everybody called us differently because we couldn't change it back to being yourself.
Okay, what about news anchors then? Well, actually, before we go into that, Dr. Darby, I'll let you go ahead and give your...
Oh, man, what great answers, man. I love it. I love the great answers. So I'm going to do the short answer first, and then I'm going to get into explanation in my own personal experience. Abso-freaking-lutely, 100%. Code switching is a freaking art, okay? And you better look at where you are if you think it's not. Now, I've witnessed those who refuse to code switch, and immediately following their decline, okay? Their descend. They didn't go but so high. Now, I'm going to ask each one of you, have you ever been in a room where you're the only minority?
Yes.
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 Okay, so I don't need to go any further. Anytime you're talking about in this country ascending to another level, whatever it is, okay, you're going to see the higher you go up, you're going to see those like you, those faces are going to disappear, especially when you start talking about money. District manager positions, vice president positions, president positions, CEOs. That's just the way it is. I'm witnessed this by my own parents. Remember, every one of us could not get away from the 4 aspects of learning when we grew up: observation, association, environment, and teaching, which starts first before we can even speak, what we watch. I watched my mama code switch when she got that extension on the bill. I thought it was 2 people in the house. Who is that? And then she hang up the phone and get right back to talking. I call it regular, okay? I done it myself when I would see brothers, what up, my man, what it do? My white friends say, what did you say? Or just ask him how he's doing, man, what's been going on? Now, if you ever watched Sanford and Son, they had a police officer. His name was Swanee. Every time they came over, he was with a brother that was a police officer. And he would always talk to Fred, and Fred and Lamont would look at the cop, the white cop. Then they turned and look at the brother, and the brother would translate. Anybody ever seen that? What he said.
Wow.
And they go, okay.
Yeah.
So it's a part of life.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm this close to being ashamed of it. And I'm this close to being proud of it at the same time. It's kind of as a conflict. But most importantly, I'm grateful for my mother giving me that example, because I'd be a liar if I didn't say I didn't benefit from it. So yes, it's a different name today, but it's the same old thing, whether they call it code switching, acting white, or whatever they want to call it. It is. I've done it. I'll probably continue to do it. And I never really talked to my kids about it because, quite frankly, they sound like that already. I don't know whose fault that is. I don't know. Yeah. Hey man, I'm trying, don't call me out like that. I'm trying to get away from it. So, and their mother, oh my gosh, the queen she's the queen, of course. You never met my wife yet. You have, but boy, look at her. She's from the country, okay? That you would think that she's from Philly and I'm from the country as we speak.
So that brings up a good topic. So our kids are growing up in an area where they don't know what code switching is, or that they're automatically changing their nature to fit in. But when the line is drawn and they're wondering why they're on one side and their white friends on the other side, they need to understand just because you act that way, you're still black. Or if you get pulled over, you can speak as adequately if you want. You can have the nice car, but you're still black first until you have that conversation, until they see your kindness, whatever the case may be. If I go and knock on someone's door, someone looks at me, I have to smile first, so it makes my presence less intimidating.
I'm going to say this. So there was a job that I had that I delivered flowers. And it took me to areas of Savannah that I never, ever on my own would have been. It's exhausting to code switch. I had to be careful about what I wore, how far I stood from the doorbell, had to put on a face. Every time they open it, hey, how you doing? Hey, here's your flowers, blah, 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 blah. And it's exhausting to always have to make people feel comfortable and not think I am a threat to them. Even though I think I look well, I don't dress offensively to anyone. But for that mere fact, and then also my daughter, you talk about Oreo. She in high school always would say, why do they, call me an Oreo? I was like, baby girl, because you're intellectually beautiful. And you express yourself, you use words, you complete your sentences. All that is great. Don't let that deter you. Embrace it, but also, I'm tired. Tired of code switching. Go ahead.
Sir, how tall are you?
Oh, 6'1".
At 6'1" with broad shoulders, many people think you're intimidating. Your smile softens them up a little.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah, just a little.
Man, take these damn flowers. Thank you very much.
Brian, I don't want to go on the attack here, but how long did you serve in the Army for?
Oh, 20 years plus.
And you were pretty much code switching every day.
Yeah. And that's why it's exhausting. That's why I'm in the health that I'm in now.
I can always say because I can speak from that same experience. So
Hold on. Oh, hey, real quick. And that actually has a physical demand on your body because it keeps you in a high state of awareness and fight or flight. It increases your cortisol, which is it's the hidden deadly attack on your body, and you don't know about it. But that energy, that heightenedness, that awareness, and you're operating in that condition for a very long time. That's why we have high blood pressure and other elements that are derived from constant high cortisol level in your body. If you didn't know it, do your own research about it. Don't just take my word for it.
No, I agree with you, but I want to make sure we don't confuse buck dancing with code switching.
Okay.
Okay. No, nobody's talking about buck dancing now.
Can you explain?
Or ass kissing. Excuse me.
There we go. All right. Yeah.
Go explain it.
Yeah, I didn't know what buck dancing. That's a new term.
There's different age ranges around the table.
You learned something, brother. That's why you came today. Okay?
Hey, audience members.
Hey.
Yeah, there is a diverse age group here at this panel.
Yes, sir.
So we expand a couple of generations here.
Hey.
So go ahead, Dr. Darby. Go ahead and break it down.
Buck kissing. Buck dancing and ass kissing. That which is not code switching. So, I mean, I got to make sure I verify that because he got a fine line going right here. See, I don't have no problem with you doing that. I did the same thing, door to door. Anybody ever did door to door sales or something like that? I had kids to feed and a mortgage to pay, and I was nowhere near close to my retirement age. So I call that doing what I got to do, but I'm not going to dance now. Okay, now I don't find nothing offensive or compromising to my integrity from being polite. I'm a big guy too. Same thing, I don't find no problem with that.
Okay.
So I just want to make sure that I'm clear with you, since I did see some of your work ethic, okay, and I want to make sure that, I'm understanding you right. That's
Right. I was doing that to be funny.
okay.
Okay.
I was doing it to be funny.
Okay.
Okay.
But what I am emphasizing is when I go into these areas, I have to be conscious. I can't just be like some other white guy walking up to deliver something.
You should never do that. Yeah.
But
Not in the United States.
Again, but why is that? Why do we have to be?
Because you're in the United States. The history of
you're reinforcing
I am
what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
And that's the code switching that we have to do. And I was doing it on a regular basis when I was doing this, and it does have a physical aspect on you when you have to be in a full awareness all the time. You just can't just be relaxed.
I respect that.
I'm so glad you have choices. Some people can't have the opportunity to turn it off and turn it on.
Ooh.
You have chances. You have an
Good
opportunity
point.
to have choice.
Ooh.
You have a choice. You really do. And not in a negative way. You have the right to say, I don't want to do this profession, and I can move on to something else that may put me in a position that I don't have to use that. But then there's some people that they just can't.
They can't do it.
Right, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
So you're in a
totally
place
agree.
You met them. You had to teach them how. You had to coach them.
We all in the retirement sphere. So
Hey,
we have to either elect to or don't, but we are in a position now that we don't have to. But I'm speaking for the general public and for those that are listening that are not in the position to be able to do that. They have to.
Well, not me. I mean, I still have to do it every now and then. I mean, I got customer service. I have to call. I just bought 2 S26 Ultra cell phones, one for me and one for the Queen. I had to return them. They wasn't measuring up.
Mm-hmm.
That's Samsung. Okay. So I had to do some of that because the lady that picked up the phone that sounded like she was India, Pakistan, or whatever, because they farmed it. I couldn't talk to her like I, would like to. So I had to make sure that I used, the right dialogue, right dialect, didn't get too loud, right? And one of them, they still jerked me on because they only gave me credit. But I said okay because I didn't have to send the phone back. I kept the phone and they gave me credit. So, but yeah, I still do it. I might do it as much, but yeah.
I totally agree with you.
Yes, sir.
Because right now, I'm in a situation with my mother in her living quarters, where she's staying.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing something nefarious with her increase in rent. Increase over $300 per month. Now that is for a person that is on a fixed income, that's damaging. Okay. How do I approach this manager in representing my mother? Now, I've already had a conversation with this guy prior to the idea that they were going to increase this rent. We had an agreement and written down that this is what she could afford, right? So now, totally just negated that conversation. Now, how am I supposed to? This is another example of code switching that I may need to just resort back to giving him the business.
Is this a group discussion, or this is you going to tell us what you thinking through your mind, or you asking us?
Oh, I'm opposing. I'm presenting it to the group.
I'm proposing. Mm-hmm.
I have not had that conversation with the guy yet because he's been in meetings every time I came around.
Okay, you say, excuse me, sir. That's how you start that.
Oh, no, yeah. Oh, no.
You said how?
Yeah, that's all I said.
I'm trying to help you.
Didn't know if it was a
I know
group
how.
discussion.
I'm talking about which way I'm going to.
We didn't know if it was a group discussion or you were thinking out your head, coming back to us and allowing us to understand what you were
Yeah,
thinking.
sugar and spice. That's how you approach that. You want something, right?
Absolutely.
I
You got something you need.
Yeah.
I got you. Yes.
So I
know we got to.
Can I give a suggestion?
Sugar honey iced tea. I got you.
Yeah.
Can I give a suggestion? Like he said, excuse me, sir. I got some points to get across to you. We've previously had a conversation about said thing. And so our tempers won't go any further, so he'll know where you at. We need to discuss those things, and I want to know what changes or things that we can do to go back to the original conversation, or do I need to go higher than you? and then you go.
See, mine, you ain't gonna like mine if you like that. Mine, excuse me, sir, I need your help. That's mine.
Okay.
I'm holding that one. I need your help. Need it bad.
Okay.
That sets the tone for me, right? So I like his approach because he kind of cut out that I need your help part.
See, I ease into it. He's already there.
I need your help.
Hey, and
Help
I
me
would
to-
have Anthony's.
Yeah, please,
and
Lord,
the
before
third
you-
way is bringing the sledgehammer and
Yeah.
bludgeon people to death.
I don't know
my words.
if I had my mama in there. I don't know if I'd do that yet. But I mean, ever unless he.
See, every time I
armed her.
have my mom's upstairs.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying
He said she still stay there.
Yeah, she's the recipient of whatever.
she is.
Let me hear his.
So is he the final decision maker?
He's the one that can make. Yes, he's the one that he's not the final. He's the one that can make the adjustment because he's the one that I originally talked to about the increase. So he has some form of authority to be able to say yes or no.
But there is someone above him.
Oh well, I would assume so.
Because I've always learned that email, I send the political email, and then I'm just following up. Haven't got anything back from you. What's the way forward on this? And either
You send email to who?
to
His boss?
yeah,
Whew. That's that Republican again.
You come across the top.
Yes, sir.
because
Yeah.
only reason I say that is
So he gonna go to work and get a phone call that he don't even expect about an email he never got.
you already had a conversation with him, right?
Yeah, I had a conversation.
So I would put that conversation. Hey, we had this conversation. It wasn't resolved, but
Yes, sir.
it's still lingering. So I need something to happen.
Woohoo.
Can y'all figure this out?
All right, I got the order now. 1, 2, last.
I ease in. See, we tell you what happens. You show up, I ease it in. He come with the heat, and you know he sent it early. He's a messenger.
He already.
Guy like this.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
But hopefully,
You already know. We just tease you.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
you already know what to say.
But just to close out that, he does make a good point of making sure that you don't make the environment where she's at be more toxic after that conversation, and which that could be a part where I'm not saying kissing is, but you get to a point where y'all have a happy medium where business stands.
right. But that illuminates the idea about code switching because we have to think about so many damn things in this whole
A skill.
process.
Yeah, it's a skill. This is a tool.
Like going to a door, knocking on the door,
Hey.
knowing the neighborhood that you're in, and you can look through the door and see the ocean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, this is not my area. Let me step away from this door, hold this flower in front of me.
You win. You keep the job though.
My next question is: code switching survival, strategy, or self-easure, or all the above, depending on the situation?
Repeat the answers again, sir.
Is code switching survival,
A,
strategy,
B,
or self-easure, or all the above, depending on the situation?
or D, all the above.
All the above.
Everything but C.
Self-easure.
Yeah. Why am I easing? How am I easing myself?
So and I'll give an example for that because that one's that's a strong one for me.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have any identity and you've been forming to everyone else just to make it easier for you, no one really knows who you are. So
In that respect, yes.
Okay. I never looked at it that way.
Yeah, me neither.
That's interesting.
That's why you brought him here.
Repeat that again.
So if you always hang out with different groups
Mhm.
and you mold yourself to that group,
Mhm.
it's easy because the majority is already one way, and you don't want them to find out who you really are, or you don't know who you really are. So it's just easy to just conform to the group.
Now he's not saying that you do it. He's saying could that be one of the benefits?
I'll come back.
Yeah, because I won't do that, but I can understand how somebody can. I understand that mindset. But no, I won't do that. I'm more likely to be that one that's like, it don't matter in that respect. Now, if I am the one where, like I said, my family depends on it, something is important to me, especially when it came to jobs, man.
Yeah.
I did not play. If I'm interviewing against you, you're in trouble. Okay. It's one job and this many people applying for it. Okay. And when I go to apply for a job interview, it's just one job. And I don't care how many people in line, you ain't beating me. You ain't beating me. Because I can out code switch you. I can outstay the same. I can answer the questions better. So in that respect, yes, I'm not going to do it to where, they won't feel like they're offended because I come out with it. But I can understand someone being in that position. In fact, that might be the topic of that, one of the topics. I ain't going to step on it. I can understand that. So yeah, I agree now.
And then my last thing, and I'll close this out, is we're starting to see more code switching on the news or on social media when someone acts a certain way at their job, and then you find out that they're a racist or they're a bigot or whatever the case may be. And next thing you know, you see that infamous line, "They do not align with our values," and they get fired.
At Will State.
I wish they do more. However,
some people just can't though. I mean, I know we're talking about. I've met them. They've worked for me. I've had several employees. I'm not going to say where we're at, but a certain part of Savannah that just were hard workers. But I had to school them. I can't be there every day. So when I'm going, one of the other managers might have to deal with them. But my job is to get the most out of that employee.
Right.
And I can't do that without communicating the most effective way. So if I know where you're from and that's what you're doing, I'm going to come at you like that. And when I do that, they're going to be loyal to me and want to do a better job, typically. So, in a case like that, yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
It deters the behavior. Hopefully, the outcome. But with companies, the people represent the company. Period. Your outside, well, people don't understand your outside activities and you working for a company could bring a negative light on the company. They don't care what they post on social media. I mean, it is what it is. It's free will.
So if I only get paid from 9 to 5 and I get off at 5 o'clock, I'm still a company manager or a company representation when I'm off?
Yeah.
You salaried or hourly?
Hourly.
Yeah.
I disagree.
Yeah.
You wearing?
Yeah.
Are you wearing the jersey? The shirt at Walmart, or where you're walking around with the vest on still?
Yeah. Are you still advertising? Is that what you're basing it on?
No, like if you're
Chick-fil-A hat still on?
if let's say
So you're saying that basically they go to work, you get off at 5, go to the gym, right? Not in a whole different outfit. They don't no longer represent the place that they work.
Correct. Let's say that you are,
and you're out there singing. You're out there saying something derogatory.
Yep.
I don't think they
racist.
I don't think they.
I got the legal answer on this, man. I had to deal with this before, but go ahead.
Is that what you're talking about?
Let's say someone does something racist. Somebody posts their picture and they go, social media, get them. And then they find out where they work at. They send emails and letters to their job and they get them fired.
I hate it for them.
You're under contract. See,
I hate it for them.
Yeah, when you're working for a company, you're under contract to do what you said you would do. There's a line in orientation that says, "In anything not covered in these instructions, according to the corporation, blah blah blah." Okay, when you sign that and you go downtown and it's St. Patrick's Day, right? Whether you got the shirt on or whatever your company uniform or not, you cut up and you're scheduled to work that next day, and they lock you up, and you don't come to work because of that, you've affected that business. This is how you can be held accountable. Now, what they do then, they call Mr. Lloyd and want to know, can I hold their job for them while I'm talking to their grandmama and telling them they got to get some money to bail them out. I need my forklift driver, right? Mm-hmm. So now I got to make a choice. Technically, I'm supposed to say no. Because now you done got a record, you can't have that and you're required to work here. You're going to be going more than 16 hours and you're not on schedule vacation. You can't use your personal time. Now, these are all the options I had. And I've done both. If it was somebody that was, I'm like, no, that's unfortunate, ma'am. You know, you tell your son, keep your head up, and I'll do what I can for him if he needs to go somewhere else. Or if it's somebody that I know that they really messed up a little bit, I'll tell them, okay, appreciate the call. Just tell them to sit tight and keep me posted. And I'll do something like put them on leave, so to speak, for 2 weeks, which is my point. And I give them that, hey, you call me up, hey man, you got 2 weeks to get this thing straight, replace you. So I've done both. So yes, the answer is yes.
Be fair and impartial in recommending both rewards and punishment. You've heard that before?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I like to think that I am fair and impartial, but when you are out there saying the N-word on a regular basis and you're slandering just outright, showing your true character, I'm sorry. If I believe in the social justice warriors.
You represent the company. I mean, you know, I didn't write the rule, but you know.
We live in we live in a state that is an at-will state. You take it upon yourself. It's your free will to say whatever you want to say. It's that company's free will to terminate you based off of said action, regardless of whether or not you're working or off duty, and it gets back and it does damage. That's a reputation that the company is going to have to either assume or deal with it.
Yeah. I had a manager. She was one of my assistant managers. She trashed the store on live every time she got off. I didn't know nothing about it. She get off and go home because that managers are salaried anyway. But she goes and she's caught. Somebody brought to my attention on there. Whatever you do, don't work here. This place here, and I tell you, the leadership here sucks and but I mean everything. Okay. Now, HR sweeps the social media, okay? In 94 is when they allowed corporations to use social media as a hiring mechanism. Mm-hmm. You can't have anything bad out there. Mm-hmm. And they were slick. Instead of giving you your cell phones, continue to stay off of them, they give you an app and say, use your cell phone. You pay the bill at work. Now you can do it. You can clock in, you can clock out, you can see what we're posting, you can pull up an ad, you can scan a QR code, let a customer.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you, they something, man. This capitalistic, I said. So at the end of the day, we had to let her go because she was on there trashing. I wasn't talking about you, Miss Lloyd. No, you didn't say any names, but that doesn't mean anything. You said where you work. And one of the times you had on the vest with the name on it. So yes, believe it or not, contrary to popular belief, it's like that. You're under contract.
When people are hired to jobs or to careers, are they hired based on their character?
Okay, yes. I mean,
we would think so.
Yeah, you make that decision.
Yeah, and the person who's hiring them makes that decision.
Yeah.
A lot of times they are hiding their character because they'll change it for that job.
Absolutely. I ain't mad at it.
So they may be totally different. Do I believe that this generation believes in I'm representing the business that I am being hired for? I don't think so. I think they treat it as it's a job and this is what I'm getting paid for.
Neither do I. I
so
agree.
In a lot of ways, the reason why I think the characteristics of them changing or being discriminative, because a lot of people are discriminative. They may not be racist, but they be discriminative. They use words and language of who they really are.
Yeah.
And it does get them fired from their job. Yeah. I respect that part, but I believe it needs to be told that when you work here, you represent us. Mm-hmm. And the moment you step out that door, you still represent us. Mm-hmm. Now, do I believe that that's the same qualities for every job? No, depends on how much they're paying. If I'm only getting paid $10 an hour, you're probably not going to get the representation that you're looking for because you know what you're getting at $10 an hour, what type of person you're getting. Mm-hmm. There's some that take the job. I know a young man right now that works at a location. This young man is clean cut. He doesn't get paid maybe $12 to $15 an hour. He's clean cut every day. He shoulders up, everything, comes to work, and he definitely represents what he does himself. And I can see the character in him. Should he get paid to do working somewhere else? Yes. But you can look at him and tell he takes it really serious. Now, does his other counterparts? No. So did they hire the right one there? Maybe. I just don't think that most people who get these jobs have the characteristics of what the business wants.
Good point.
I don't think they take it that way. Yeah, in the military, we had it too. But we've all seen those same people that you serve with in 2020, 2021, that the climate changed in our political side. And you got to see a lot of things switch that you didn't think that was part of their character.
Oh, yeah.
And you dropped them off. You fired them from their job of being your friend.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is not everybody puts their characteristics up there front because it comes into maturity. Agree?
Great.
Oh, yeah. What's your next one?